Hi folks, that was just a sneak peek at my new channel I'm going to be launching. There's going to be a lot of Sabres content in that one. I'll let you know when it's launched because it's going to be completely opposite of what I do here, right? It's just going to be just for fun, having some fun with it. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring back, I can invite any guests on there. It could be Wayne Gretzky, it could be Bobby Orr. Anybody can come on that show and just be in there. So I just want you guys to get a look at that. Okay, this video, we are going to talk about, I got a clip to show you, and I'm going to try and get 2 videos done. I won't make them too long today, guys. And the shout-out goes to Jedi13 SM2. Here's the clip. It's a bit of a long one. A cliche for me in today's NHL is that goalies will always take longer to develop. While that may be true for some, there are plenty of examples of young goalies who play well right out of the gate. Not every netminder needs to work through 4 or 5 years of the minors and be 25 to 27 years old before he finds his game. Absolutely, this is really, I agree with this 1,000%. This is absolutely spot on. And guys, you forgive me, I got my other mic today because I was so busy working on that clip you just seen that it took me a while, and it's like I forgot to charge everything, so I have to use my emergency mic tonight. Yeah, in what Jedi says there, he's talking about how the majority of hockey fans, okay, will say that, oh, no, he can't play in the NHL till he's 23 or 24, which is just not true. It's just not true. It's true for some, not for all. Absolutely no. Ask Patrick Waugh. Absolutely no. Patrick Waugh in his rookie year when he was a skinny little kid, I remember, was absolutely amazing in '86. Just out of this world, the goaltending that the Habs had. I remember they played New York in Game 3 in the semifinals, and the Rangers were on a roll too in that playoffs. And the Habs had no business winning this game. In the first, it went to overtime in Game 3. And in the first 6 minutes of that overtime, the Rangers had over 20 shots. And Patrick Waugh stopped all of them. And we're talking, he was, a 19-year-old kid, right? So, yeah, absolutely, this is spot on, this comment. Not every goalie has to go and develop for years in the minors. It's just not true, folks. It's a myth. It's not true. Some, yes, some do. Not all. There's exceptions to the rule. This is why when I'm talking about I was hoping Devin Levi would play in the NHL this year, I was serious. I wasn't just hoping. I was serious. I think the kid could play in the NHL right now. But he wants to go. He knows himself better than we know him, though, right? So he's going to go and he's going to play till he feels he's ready. He's going to go and develop his game to where he knows he's ready. Because I guarantee certain goalies are just going to bypass the AHL and come right into the NHL. This is why when a goalie takes years to develop, and look, Ryan Miller's an example of, yes, it can work out, right? It can work out if you do it that way. Dominic Hasek was in his late 20s by the time he got his start in the NHL, right? But then you have exceptions to the rule like Marty Brodeur and Patrick Waugh and Ken Dryden. I mean, there is exceptions to the rule. And not just, I'm just giving you some big names. There's other guys that look at Hart over in Philadelphia, right? So there's exceptions to this rule. So I agree with this. I agree with this statement because I think that not every time you got to wait 5 years for a goalie to develop. I think it's just not realistic thinking. I really think it's like way out there thinking if you want to go that route. Is it safer? Not always. I mean, it's not working too well for UPL and his health down in the minors. So it depends. It depends. Like I found that UPL looks better in the NHL than he does in the AHL. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I've seen with his pro career so far. He just looks better in the NHL. So, and it's not like the Sabres are powerhouse, guys. Not yet. So he was pretty impressive in the NHL. In the AHL, he kind of sucked. He did. He kind of sucked last year. So we can go back and forth with this all we want. I just think that both sides are true. You know, sometimes you have to take longer to develop. Sometimes you don't. It really does depend on the situation and the goalie and the scenario, you know, what they're expecting of them and things like, you know, guys, it always goes this way in the NHL. Sometimes there's organizations that just, they want, Vegas remind me of that, okay? Vegas remind me of a team that wants it all and they want it now. And no, it's not a pick on Vegas thing. It isn't. It's what they're doing right now. Because Vegas had put together the greatest expansion team we'll ever see. Ever. We're never going to see an expansion team like that ever again. Never again. Never, never. Impossible. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing that. But they had to nurture it better. You know, they had to nurture it better. And when you start breaking your word with players and things like this, and, you know, and now they're in a goalie crisis over there. And I think that they could go with their young guys. I don't see why not, really. I don't see why not. You know, so what if they put them in, see what they can be done. And worst case scenario, then make a deal, make a trade, whatever. You know, there's always an answer after. But if I'm a Vegas fan, I think they're better now that Leonard's gone and they can use their youngsters. Really, I do. I just really do. It's better not to have that guy in your dressing room. Go with the kids. They looked okay. It's not like they didn't look okay before. So I think that's the route I'd go if it's me. So if the Buffalo Sabres bring up Devin Levi this year and fans say, are they crazy? Why? Why? Maybe they're right to do it. I'm not saying that's going to happen. He hasn't even signed yet. But what if? What if halfway through the season, who knows what can happen? Things can change, guys. Things change every day in this league. It's a great league. I love this game. But things change pretty quick, you know? I mean, I'm looking at certain teams now, and they're just not even close to what they looked like a few years ago, certain teams. Maybe Boston, they're all older now. The few teams that are still hanging on, I guess, to keep their identity and things like that. But hey, I like the subject, I like the idea, and I agree. I agree 100% with this comment. This is why I made a video on it. I'm going to stop it there. That's enough. I do got to make one more quick video. I'll see you in that one.